Every football team in the world knows the struggle of a long away day, but who has to go the furthest? Our first massive away day takes place in the Brazilian second division, where Paysandu from Belém in the north of the country take on Brasil de Pelotas from the city of Pelotas in the far south. These two football clubs are separated by 3,381 kilometers, making this the longest domestic away day in South America. This trip takes approximately 9 hours by plane, or a 53-hour drive. Clocking in at just over 10 kilometers further, however, is a match in the Chinese second division between Xinjiang Qianshan Leopard and Shenzhen FC. These football clubs are separated by 3,393 kilometers. The travel time is actually slightly shorter than our last example, where flying takes about 8 hours and driving takes 49. This is still not even the largest away day in Asia, but we'll get to that later. The longest away game in North America, and in fact in the entire Western Hemisphere, is between Vancouver Whitecaps and Orlando City of the MLS. This is also our first example of two clubs playing from different countries, where Vancouver from Canada and Orlando are from the USA. These two football clubs are separated by 4,211 kilometers, and despite the distance being further, the travel time is yet again shorter, with just a 5.5-hour flight or a 47-hour drive separating these two clubs. There is a match that occurs every year in the Indonesian Premier League between PSMS Medan and Persipura Jayapura, which are separated by 4,724 kilometers. This is the longest away game that occurs entirely, technically, within Asia. These two clubs are situated on two different islands, meaning a 9-hour 40-minute flight is the best way to get between them. An annual fixture in the Australian A-League is the Distance Derby between Perth Glory, the most westernmost franchise in the league, and the one franchise from New Zealand, Wellington Phoenix. These two teams are separated by 5,270 kilometers. The only real option for travel between these two clubs is an 8-hour 40-minute flight. In Russia's second division, a team called Baltica from Kaliningrad in Russia's far western European section takes on Luch Energia from Vladivostok in the far east. Now, technically, most of Russia, including Vladivostok, where Luch Energia are based, is considered to be in Asia, geographically speaking. However, the entirety of Russia is considered to be in the European Confederation by FIFA, meaning that this is the longest away game in Europe, despite being longer than the entire size of Europe, while also being the longest away game in the entire world. To travel from one of these clubs to the other would take a 13-hour 45-minute flight or 134 hours of driving, which is nearly 6 days. Vladivostok, where Luch Energia are based, is only 53 kilometers away from the Chinese border and only 128 kilometers from North Korea. They are an 8-hour time difference from Kaliningrad, where Baltica are based. In fact, Luch Energia are closer to the borders of 70 different countries than they are to their regular opponents, Baltica Kaliningrad. These teams undertake this journey every year as they play each other home and away. And that is the longest away game in domestic league football in the entire world. However, we haven't even considered cup matches or continental ties, which can take teams even further. And I'll be discussing that and other football geography topics in upcoming videos. Don't forget to leave a like if you liked the video and let me know what you think in the comments.